Hi, readers, it's Lori. Welcome back to my channel, Books, Ink, and Paper, or welcome if this is your first time. I'm happy that you're all here. Today is my February book haul. It's not too bad at all. So I have a couple that I purchased because of a project that I'm working on, one that I purchased because it's one of my favorites, one book of the month, one a pre-order, and one a gift from one of my friends. So let's get started. The first one I purchased was The Cographs by Peng Shepherd. This is one of my books that I chose to read like my cousins. So this one is going to be read for my because my cousin Sadie liked it. So this one follows a woman named Nell whose passion is cartography, and her father's is too. And at some point, they have a disagreement about a precious map, and they don't speak to each other for a while. And then she discovers that her father is murdered and or found dead anyway in his office or his library, and the map that they fought over is in his desk drawer. So she's trying to figure out what happened to him. I really am excited about this one, and it will be read in the month of March, most promisingly. Most promisingly. That's my intention anyway, that I will finish this concept in March. And this one also is on that list, Still Life by Louise Penny. I have started this one. I'm going to try to vlog about this concept. This is the first one in Louise Penny's long Three Pines series. And so it begins with Jane, one of the neighbors of this small community, who is having a dinner party with a bunch of her friends, and she's found dead in the woods on Thanksgiving morning. And so they are now trying to find out, along with the support of Chief Inspector Gamache, how Jane was killed and why. And so far, I'm really loving it. I did just start it in March. The next one is The Women by Kristen Hanna. I acquired this as my February book of the month. This was a hugely hyped novel by a number of people. And I do love a lot of Kristen Hanna's work, and so I was really excited to get this. This one is about Frankie, or Frances, but they call her Frankie, who enlists in the Vietnam War after her brother has gone over to Vietnam. It's a story of her serving as a nurse over there and how few women there were and how difficult it was. And then the story of her return to the US and what happens to her then. I've already read it, so I'll talk about it at the end of March, but I don't have the book with me because my partner is reading it. So if you were wondering why it was so floppy, that's why. The actual book isn't here, but she left the book jacket so it wouldn't get messed up. Do you all do that? Do you take your book jackets off? I do for some books, not all of them, but for some books I do. 84 Charing Cross Road, I picked up because I'd talked to you all about wanting to get it, and I actually went into Barnes Noble one day and there was a sale, and this was buy one, get one 50% off. And so I chose this to have. I'm still trying to find Q's Legacy in the copy that I want, but I think I've got it narrowed down. But anyway, if you know me, you know one of my favorite all-time books of my whole life. This is a nonfiction classic about 20 years of correspondence between Helen Hamp and a book dealer in London that she reaches out to in order to get the books that she wants. And because she continues this relationship with Frank from Marks and Company through a pretty rocky period of time, it's epistolary, it's short. I mean, really, you can read this in, I don't even think it would be 30 minutes, but I want to read it more and more and more because I just miss it. It was just such a great experience that first time. But this is my question for you. Of all the books you've read, which are the ones that you wish you could read again for the first time? I really have been thinking about that lately, and this is one of them for sure. It was my pre-order. I had been anticipating this. I read the first novel in this series, which was called What Moves the Dead. And What Feasts at Night is the sequel, sort of. So, What Moves the Dead is a retelling of the fall of the House of Usher. So, it follows the main character, Alex Easton, and Angus and Miss Potter. So now they've had a terrifying ordeal in book one at the House of Usher or Usher Manor. So now they're going for rest, routine, and sunshine, and they end up in the cold, damp forests. And I'm certain that something creepy happens. This is, I would say, horror, very short these are, but again, I just love them. Somebody calls it a grotesque romp, a gothic retelling. Yeah, enter a cold, silent forest and find out what feasts at night. Yes, please. I'll go. Then I got a Kindle book called I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh. I think it was on sale, but I had marked this to read a long, long time ago and had not gotten to it. I read I See You by Claire McIntosh, and I actually just featured a nonfiction work by Claire McIntosh because I really like her. But this is an accident. Jenna Gray's world descends into a nightmare. She just wants to start anew. So she goes to a remote cottage on the Welsh coast, and she's haunted by her fears and her griefs and her memories. And then her past starts to catch up with her in some way. So a thriller. I am kind of in the mood for thrillers again. So that's good. And the last one I'm going to talk about is a gift from one of the bookish friends from the BookTube Besties retreat that I got to participate in at the end of February. And that was so much fun. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. But Andy, who's one of my followers, ended up getting my name. We all exchanged a book with somebody that was in the retreat if we wanted to. And so she sent me Garlic and the Vampire by Bree Paulson. It's been on my list for a while. It's perfect timing because it's middle grade. I love what I hear about this book. I think it's going to be a super read for me to read with my granddaughter, Addie. Maybe even Candace will like it. We could all listen to it and read it together, but it just looks so good. So Garlic feels as though she's always doing the wrong thing. No matter how much Carrot and Witch Agnes encourage her, she just wants to tend her own garden where it's nice and safe. But when the village of vegetable people learn that a bloodthirsty vampire may have moved into the nearby castle, they all agree that despite her fear and self-doubt, Garlic is the obvious choice to confront him. Yes, indeed. Can't wait. In fact, I might read this weekend because it's going to be real quick. And then I'll read it when I see the kids. So that's my haul for the month of February. It was a lot of fun, not too intense. Books that I'm really excited about and books that I have already planned to read. So that was good. I'll get them off my shelves pretty quick. Let me know what you hauled in February. Let me know which of these you might want to read or you've already read or are currently reading. I know Louise Penny is a very popular one. Lots of people have talked about that since I did that video. So thanks so much for subscribing, for watching, for liking, for commenting, and as always, happy reading. Bye.